To the warmth and sunshine of yesterday, dry, sunny and warm for many of us yet again. But will it last? I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain. No, 22.5 degrees we had yesterday.
Yeah, felt it too.
Which means we are officially in Ranveer. What do you think we're in?
Is it an Indian summer?
Yes! In an Indian summer. So
Cool.
people often say, what is an Indian summer? Some
What is an Indian summer?
Some people think it's linked to the country India. It's very hot, but much warmer than we are for the time of year. But it's actually linked to the Native Americans. They used to write about the weather. They used to write how they'd sit, there'd be a frost, they feel that winter is arriving, and then suddenly this warm spell of weather would return, and it was perfect for them to go out and hunt.
Cool.
So in October or November, after the first fall frost, when warm weather returns, it's an Indian summer.
Wow.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So it's not to do with temperature and a specific
you have
lap.
the first full frost, you feel like winter's setting in, and then warmth arrives.
Well, is it going to
Nice.
last?
Find out. Is it going to last? And actually, yes, for the next few days, we have warmth and sunshine. Yesterday, it was warm for some and wet for others, but today I can promise something warmer and drier for pretty much all of us. Here's the why. Our warm air is coming all the way from the south, right across France, across Spain, heading to our shores, and this warm weather stays with us for the next few days, but into the weekend, the jet stream battles back, weather fronts push in and bring the return of wet weather. But for today, it's mostly dry, and yes, it will feel beautiful in that warmth and sunshine. First thing this morning, a little bit misty and murky. The legacy of yesterday's rain still across the north of Scotland, but that then clears away. And other than the odd light shower for northwestern Scotland, perhaps Northern Ireland, it is fine and dry today. The winds are light, coming from the southerly direction. Temperatures above average across the board. We're looking at 16 or 17 in the north, 19, maybe 20 degrees yet again in the south. It is clear, fine and dry tonight, and we do it all over again tomorrow.
Or Europe and stuff. I watch breakfast television to see how they do it elsewhere. And they don't kind of chit-chat and gossip and kind of...
We have so much of it.
That's why I love my job. That's why I became a weather forecaster. At any one point of the day, a third of the country will be talking about the weather.
Yeah.
No.
90 have spoken about the weather in the last 6 hours. There you go.
Is it 92%?
99% of the time.
Okay.
Good morning to you. Yesterday we got to 22.5 degrees Celsius. Yes, beautifully warm, but not dry for all of us. But today it will be yet again warm and drier for all of us because the air is coming up from the south, allowing warmth to move across our shores, but it doesn't last for the rest of the week because weather fronts battle in from the Atlantic and cooler air moves in by the end of the weekend. But for the next few days, at least fine, dry and pleasantly warm. A lot of rain around yesterday. That means there's a fair bit of moisture. So first thing is a little bit misty and murky through parts of England and Wales. And this is the rain on the radar that we had yesterday, slowly starting to clear away. So because the air is southerly, it will push that band of rain away. A few showers feeding into western areas. They'll be mostly light. But today, the winds are light, still coming up from the south, this warm direction, and with plenty of blue skies, it will feel pleasant for all of us, feeling more like spring or summer outside, actually, than autumn. So 16, 17 in the north, maybe even an 18 across the northeast of Scotland, and 19 or 20 degrees possible in the south. So how long does this warm weather stay with us? Let's take a look at our outlook. So let's take a look. We have the country, we split it in half, so we have Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England, and we look at the north first of all. The white line is our temperature compared to average, and it's above average just a little across the north, but then falls a little below average as we head through the weekend into next week. Potential chance of rainfall is largely fine and dry today, an increased chance of seeing some showers tomorrow. The weekend starts fine, but then very wet weather moves in on Sunday and settled into next week. Fortunes further south of England and Wales for the next 7 days. Again, warm for the next few days, temperatures above average and staying fairly mild for our outlook. Today is dry. Watch out for some showers arriving for tomorrow and into the weekend. Heavy rain likely on Sunday, but drier next week.